Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We love bringing you content that helps you navigate life's challenges, and today is no exception. We're diving into an important topic that could help you or someone you know in their personal life, identifying the red flags of a narcissistic man. It's essential to recognize these signs early, as they can save you from heartache and emotional turmoil down the line. So, let's get into it. When it comes to relationships, many of us wear rose-colored glasses at the beginning. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a new romance, ignoring certain behaviors because we want things to work out. However, there are times when these behaviors are more than just quirks. They're red flags that signal underlying issues. Narcissistic personality disorder is a serious condition characterized by a pattern of self-centered, arrogant thinking and behavior, a lack of empathy for others, and an excessive need for admiration. People with this disorder often have troubled relationships and may not even realize they have a problem. One of the biggest challenges with narcissistic behavior is that it can be incredibly subtle. It's not always as overt as the textbook definitions might suggest. Narcissistic men can be charming and confident, often drawing people in with their charisma. But as time goes on, the darker aspects of their personality begin to emerge. Recognizing these signs early can help you set boundaries, protect your emotional well-being, and ultimately decide if the relationship is worth pursuing. So, what should you be looking out for? Here are 10 red flags of a narcissistic man you shouldn't ignore. 1. He talks about himself constantly. Narcissistic individuals often dominate conversations, steering them back to their favorite topic, themselves. They may disregard what others have to say and have little interest in listening. If you find that your conversations are always centered around his accomplishments, his problems, or his views, and there's little room for your thoughts, this is a major red flag. 2. He lacks empathy. One of the hallmark traits of narcissism is a lack of empathy. If he's unable to put himself in someone else's shoes or shows little compassion when others are upset, it might indicate a deeper issue. Narcissists often struggle to understand or care about the feelings and needs of others, focusing instead on their own desires and problems. 3. He has an exaggerated sense of entitlement. Narcissists often believe that they deserve special treatment and may become angry or frustrated when they don't get it. This could manifest as expecting you to drop everything for him, demanding constant attention, or becoming irate over minor inconveniences. His belief that he's entitled to more than others is a strong warning sign. 4. He manipulates and gaslights. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where a person makes you doubt your perceptions or feelings. If he frequently denies things you know to be true or tries to twist situations to make you feel like you're in the wrong, he's likely engaging in manipulation. This can leave you feeling confused and insecure, which is exactly what a narcissist aims for. 5. He needs constant admiration. While we all enjoy being appreciated, a narcissist takes it to the extreme. He may crave constant validation and fish for compliments, becoming upset if he doesn't receive enough attention or praise. This constant need can be draining, as it often feels like no amount of admiration is ever enough. 6. He exploits others. Narcissists often use others to achieve their goals without considering how it affects those around them. Whether it's leveraging connections to advance his career or using emotional manipulation to get what he wants, this exploitative behavior is a significant red flag. His actions are likely motivated by self-interest, with little regard for others. 7. He has a fragile self-esteem. Despite their outward confidence, many narcissists have fragile self-esteem. They may become defensive or angry at the slightest criticism, as they struggle to handle anything that threatens their inflated self-image. This can lead to volatile reactions, making you feel like you're walking on eggshells. 8. He projects a false image. Narcissists are often concerned with how they are perceived by others, sometimes to the point of creating a facade. They may exaggerate their achievements or status to appear more impressive. If you notice inconsistencies between his words and reality, It could indicate that he's more concerned with image than authenticity. 9. He struggles with boundaries. A lack of respect for personal boundaries is another red flag. He might invade your privacy, disregard your personal space, or pressure you into doing things you're not comfortable with. Respect for boundaries is crucial in any healthy relationship, and a narcissist's disregard for them is a serious concern. 10. He blames others for his problems. Narcissists often refuse to take responsibility for their actions, preferring to blame others instead. If he frequently shifts blame and refuses to acknowledge his role in conflicts or issues, it's a sign of immaturity and an inability to grow. This deflection makes it challenging to resolve problems, as he's not willing to own his part in them. Being aware of these red flags can empower you to make informed decisions about your relationships. If you recognize these traits in someone you're involved with, it's essential to take a step back and assess the situation objectively. Sometimes, it can be beneficial to seek guidance from a therapist or trusted friend to gain perspective. Remember, everyone has flaws, and not every self-centered person is a narcissist. However, if these behaviors are consistent and pervasive, it's likely more than just a few bad habits. It's also important to note that you can't change a narcissist. Real change requires self-awareness and a genuine desire to improve, which many narcissists lack. Ultimately, protecting your emotional well-being is the priority. If you find yourself in a relationship with a narcissistic man, it's crucial to set firm boundaries. Decide what behaviors you will and will not tolerate, and be prepared to enforce these limits. It's also important to take care of yourself and not let his behavior erode your self-esteem or sense of self-worth. Sometimes, the healthiest choice is to walk away. Ending a relationship with a narcissistic individual can be challenging, especially if they try to manipulate or guilt you into staying. But remember, you deserve a relationship built on mutual respect, empathy, and genuine connection. Don't settle for less. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this discussion has shed light on some of the subtle and not so subtle signs of narcissistic behavior. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit from this information. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we're grateful for your continued support. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's fantastic to see all of you again. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're diving into how narcissists often push things too far. If you find our discussion intriguing, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Let's dissect this. When someone overplays their hand, chaos ensues. This scenario is a playground for narcissists. They persist until relationships crumble and reality becomes distorted. Their aim is to disrupt your peace, damage your relationships, and constantly shift your focus like an incessantly ringing doorbell. Narcissists don't change, which is the worst part. They can't get out of this loop, and they often play their hand too much without realizing it. They usually end the relationship quickly when things get too messy. When they broke up with you, they didn't give you a reason or a way to move on. Why? As long as they can make you feel bad, they win. They do it all as part of their strange game. Let's learn more about this strange game. Narcissists will sometimes change the facts of the situation to make it look like you broke up with them when it was always their plan. The name for this move is a reverse discard. They put you through a lot until you give up. Then, when you do, they make their new target the victim and make you look like the bad guy who ran away. Step by step, it's like peeling an onion. It's hard to understand how bad the abuse and lies are for people who have never been through a narcissistic cycle. But keep this in mind. These people exist, and they're playing a game you didn't know about. What's so amazing about narcissists? They go too far all the time. Remember the time you spent with them. Remember the rudeness, the comments, and the abuse of money and emotions? Those nights you waited for them to get home but didn't answer their texts? They always had a reason. They kept pushing until something broke. It showed how little they cared about you and everyone else when they were like that. They're really good at this horrifyingly dark game. Remember when things with the narcissist got really bad? You had no idea what was going on. It looked like narcissism was just a fancy word for being vain. But it's really bad. It's about someone who acts like the loving, stable partner you want while actually putting you down. They can trick you and keep you caught in their web of control. You were stuck in their loop of losing value, but you didn't know it. You didn't know about their lying, shifting blame, and using 3 different sources at the time. You can see the truth now that you have a better picture. The narcissist used you and pushed you to the edge. You're no longer in their grasp though. Now that you know more about them, you can see them for what they really are. Think about all the ways you helped the narcissist while you were with them for a moment. Did you give them a place to stay? Most sure. Did you pay their charges? Most likely. Did you work hard to give your kids a good life? Perhaps. Did they help you begin a business? It's possible. Did you tell your family, friends, and other important people in your life about them? Almost certainly. Did you tell them about the things you like to do, like skiing or surfing? Most sure. The narcissist was taking notes in your mind as you talked about your life, planning how to get closer to you and hurt your relationships. They wanted to keep you from getting help, control your money, and take away your freedom. Why? Because they enjoy taking things from other people. They love taking advantage of others to get what they want and never give anything back. They are empty on the inside and look for satisfaction in controlling and manipulating others. They will do anything to keep you caught in their lie web. Narcissistic abuse can make it hard to see the way out. It can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. If you don't know how narcissistic abuse works, it's hard to see a way out when you're being abused and ignored all the time. You can't sleep at night because you're worried about how to handle their behavior getting worse. This is all going on, but where is the narcissist? Most likely off having fun with their new finds or making up stories to hide their tracks. They are experts at making up stories that fit their needs. Even if it means putting on a fake front or spreading lies about you, they'll do anything to stay in charge. They did these things when they first met you, while you were dating, and maybe even now if you're still caught up in their lies and manipulation after the breakup. Those of us who have been through and recovered from bad relationships have learned some useful lessons, like how to deal with a smear campaign. It's like a fire that goes out on its own in the end. The people who believe the narcissist's lies are usually not the smartest ones. Most people eventually see through the lies and understand it was all a bunch of crap. It's possible that things were bad back then, but life goes on. Life is too short to always think about the past. Imagine being kicked off the streets a long time ago. Your life was fixed after you cleaned up and got back on track. What did you not do? You didn't add to the reports by responding to them. If you don't say anything, the rumors will go away on their own. That was the right thing to do. Why give life to something that would be better off dead? I have already said that a narcissist will always get into a new relationship, only for it to fail. Why? They can't help but play their hand too much. People who used to support them will see yet another failed relationship, just like the others. What do all of these events have in common? Guess who it is? The narcissist. That wasn't you. Anyone can be a narcissist. It doesn't matter if they're a lover, friend, co-worker, or someone else. They hide behind masks that they change out as quickly as costumes at a masquerade and move through life like secret spies. The mask is taken off when they are done with someone. They are always tense because they feel like they have to be right all the time and are always on their phones. When someone cuts them off because they can see through their act, it hurts like hell. It's powerful to block them. You are in charge of your life and choosing who sits down with you. Ask yourself why you haven't cut ties yet. If they find out that you've blocked them and stopped talking to them, they will look at you twice. They probably thought that by keeping you busy with their weird games, they could keep controlling you like a doll on a string. But they didn't think you would have that aha moment and cut ties. They were caught off guard because they didn't think you were strong enough. They thought they knew everything about you because they thought your love and kindness made you weak. The scariest thing is that empaths are the strongest people. That's exactly why narcissists want to hurt us. They use the fact that we care about them to get what they want. There's nothing inside them, though. They're just empty bodies. They are not able to feel emotions like we do, so they can't really love. Instead, they wear masks to trick and control other people by pretending to be someone they're not. When you see through their act and get away from their grip, your real power comes out. Think back to all the times your partner yelled at you, put you down, or tried to trick you. These mean things were done by the narcissist not only to hurt you but also to see how strong you were. They were testing you to see how much you could handle, hoping that the pressure would break you. No matter how long the relationship lasted, it was too long to deal with such toxic behavior. Everyone in our group has been hurt by a narcissist, which is why we're talking about this. Some people have already hit the point where they don't care about what the narcissist does, while others are just starting out on their path. No matter where you are on that road, it's important to know that nothing that happened was your fault. You gave that relationship your all and worked hard to make it work. What about the ego, though? For them, it was just a game, a way to trick, control, and hurt your image. They said they would keep their promises, but they never did. They used you as a pawn in their sick game and could control you whenever they wanted. There was no stopping them. They were eager to see how far they could go. Let's talk about something important. The Hoover, before we end. I've talked about this before, but it's important to stress it again. When the narcissist tries to get you back, for a day, a week, or forever. But saying yes to the Hoover is the same as giving up your right to say no. And I want you to know that no has a lot of power. Some people fall for the Hoover over and over again, getting stuck in a circle of pain and rejection. However, why does the psychopath act in this way? They do this because they want to see if you're strong enough to break free. They want people like you who understand how complicated they are, but they don't depend on you anymore. Turn down the Hoover and stay strong. The damage stays in your mind even after you've healed. The narcissist broke the rules, which hurt the friendship. Doesn't matter if it stopped recently or a long time ago. The narcissist doesn't care about you. Instead, they quickly moved on to something else, leaving you to fix what was broken. What did you say? You gave yourself time to heal, asked for help, and learned more about narcissism. That's the way to build again. You will no longer twist yourself to make other people happy at the cost of your own health. That's progress. Our path is forward, not backward. We live in the present, so the past and future don't matter. We learn things that we can use in our everyday lives from our interactions with narcissists. Narcissists always cross the line. That much is certain. Finally, think about this. The narcissist would still want more even if they got everything they wanted. Their wants are never-ending, and they are always focused on things that can't be had. That's possible that both you and I have been there before. That's the end of today's episode. Remember that you are not alone, no matter where you are. Keep that in mind. Good luck to everyone. I love each of you very much. Remember this until tomorrow. Narcissists plan breakups on purpose. They usually go